Oh, you got the music?
Welcome to Walking in Your Purpose. This is Thursday Night at 8 with Lens of Faith. It's time to discover the gift God has for you. I'm bringing awareness to what God has for you and the purpose behind your pain. If you have passion in your soul and a gift you haven't unleashed, well, let's talk about it. Having served in the United States Army for the last 18 years and continuing to serve as a servant leader to inspire, motivate, guide, and assist readily, I'm bringing a contemporary vibe to being happy and living your dream on purpose. Each week, I will introduce you to a life filled with purpose and how that purpose is being used to glorify God, describing the tips, resources, and strategy to set you up for success. So now, let's jump right in and discover the gift God has for you.
Well. Good evening, everyone. I am a lens of faith. I am Chandra Gore, and tonight on Walking in Your Purpose, Thursday night at 8 with Lens of Faith, I have the pleasure of interviewing JaSonica Holloman, who's one of my sorors in Kappa Epsilon Psi Military Sorority Incorporated. And I have been watching her move and groove and do her thing. So I want to, without further ado, I'm going to introduce y'all to her. Jasonica Holloman was born July 20th, 1969. This was the same day the men landed on the moon. However, she was born in Flint, Michigan. She is the oldest of four daughters. She has two children, Cambria, 27, her daughter, and Oren, 26, her son. She joined the United States Army January 1988 and retired August 2014, serving a total of 26 years of service in the reserves and active duty. She's a proven, dynamic, and effective leader that is highly trained and skilled in information system security, information assurance, and system administration, help desk functions with over 25 years of experience. Her service took her to various duty assignments, to include Germany, Korea, Qatar, Fort Gordon, Georgia, and East Point, Georgia. She has been a member of numerous fraternal organizations since 1997, to include the Order of the Eastern Star, Herons of Jericho, Order of Sirens, Golden Circle, Daughters of Isis, Zeta Amachi, and Kappa Epsilon Psi Military Sorority Incorporated. She's an avid supporter of maintaining various sources and flows of income and has maintained a home based business since 2007 after her return from a deployment. As a single parent of two teenagers, she needed an additional source of income. So the MLM business, Pure Romance, was a great choice for her. Through the years, she has had the opportunity to pay off bills, fund trips, and just enjoy life. At present, she maintains a few different MLM businesses that provided an additional source of income for her. Pure Romance, Herbalife, Elite Escapes Travel, and Mavian Hair. Her interesting tidbits are, guess what? She's a survivor, domestic abuse survivor, and so am I. She loves to travel and also roller skate. How many of y'all know about roller skating? I'm from Chicago, so I love to roller skate. So we got some stuff in common, sis. How you doing this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. First thing I want to ask you, tell everybody what MLM businesses are.
MLM businesses. Okay, that's the question I had when I first started. It's multi-level marketing businesses. It's basically when a big corporation decides to let the little people like us be entrepreneurs and start our own businesses, but based off of their brand. It's easy. It's a great way to do things, and it's easy. It's an easy start.
Wow, that's interesting because I know a lot of people was going to ask, what is MLM? So multi-level marketing businesses, right?
Right. A lot of people have the conception or the preconceived notions that MLMs are schemes. They're the pyramid schemes, that they don't make you money. But I've been in this since, like you said, 2007, and I've made money. They've worked for me. They've worked for me.
That's good. So I guess you might have to do a class or something on what to watch out for, which businesses to select, I guess, to do business with, because some of the businesses do take your money, and some of them are worthwhile and cause you to gain financially.
You
So
ju- Yes, the biggest thing what has been good for me is investing and joining in things that I like to do. Uh, Pure romance. Everybody needs that extra spice in their life. It's educational to some. I wanted to have fun with it, so that was one. Then with the Maven, everybody know I love the hair, so that was a no-brainer for me. Travel. When I retired, I decided I really, really wanted to travel. And what better way to travel than to have my own travel business? Why pay somebody else when I could travel, and I reap the benefits from it? So that was it. And then, with Herbalife, it started after about a depression and gaining weight. And I wanted to find a way to lose, and I tried other things, and Herbalife came along, and I said, okay, I want to be committed to this. The best way to be committed to it is to invest in it, and it worked out well for me. So if anybody is ever interested in MLMs, I would say choose ones that are of interest to you, that you will continue to do and cultivate.
okay. So since we getting a little bit of feedback from you, so I think it's your output again. If you could turn it down a little bit more, because it's almost like you're talking twice.
Okay, is that better?
I think so. I think so. We're gonna go with that for now.
Okay.
So 25 years of experience as a system security information assurance and system admin. Now you know I'm a 25 Bravo, right?
That's good. That's good. See, that's another one of those common denominators right there. Okay.
I'm a 25 Bravo. I started off being a 74 Charlie. So there again,
Stop
we have
it. Me
25.
too.
Yes, I came in the military as a 74 Charlie and they converted me to a 25 Bravo. So here I am back at Fort Gordon right now.
You're telling our age when you say 74 Charlie, okay?
They're like, what? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing
Absolutely.
about it.
Yes, yes.
So, sis, tell us, how has that led you to lead a cross-functional team? With 25 years of experience, system security, information assurance, system admin, help desk operating. Tell the listening audience about your time as a team leader and how that allowed you to become a cross-functional leader.
Well, when you're in the military, you're forced. You don't have a choice. You're forced to interact and mingle and learn and work with everybody from different levels of experience, different backgrounds of experience, and different jobs. Different educational backgrounds. Being a 25 Bravo, we had to work with 25 Limas, the cable dogs. We had to work with the uniforms, the universal soldiers. So we had to be able to be cross functional and be able to work with others. So when you take that, and if you learn it early on in the military, like we had the opportunity, it really benefits you when you walk outside of the military and have to work in different organizations with different backgrounds, different attitudes. Everyone has different educational levels. So it really helped.
Yeah, yeah.
It really helped.
I know the military taught us a lot about how to lead and, dealing with different levels, company, battalion, brigade, and working on that help desk. I worked at the division level when I was a help desk tech, and it kept me busy. I can say it kept me busy trying to deal with all those different battalions under us and brigades under us and then companies under us, because sometimes they didn't have a full-time soldier. You know,
Right.
you had to go out and deal with whatever company or whatever battalion didn't have that support. So as a cross-functional team leader, I believe that us super soldiers, we know all about that and how to do it. And being a team leader versus just being a leader in general, I would say that leaders overall, they have to lead, you know, overall, a wide array of things. When you're just a team leader, you're just leading that team of people. You're not leading everyone.
Right.
So the difference between a leader overall and being a team leader is that you're leading a group of people versus, a lot of people, hundreds of people, or thousands of people, for instance. So, leadership is the act of leading a group or an organization. How has your time as a leader been fruitful for you as well as the organizations in which you led or served as a leader?
I'm going to say fruitful for me. I always believe that when you leave a legacy, um, and everybody can continue on, when you implement things and do things and you leave a legacy and it's your people are able to build on it, that's the fruit. That's the fruit. If you plant that tree in those roots and you do your job and do a good job, it's fruitful. Um, Seeing, as I'm out, seeing old soldiers that used to be mine, seeing how they're continuously climbing and moving up the ranks, that is just a truly humbling and awesome experience. I have a friend of ours. She was in Augusta for a while. She's now in South Carolina. I remember this young lady getting her when she was a private, fresh little new private, walked in, but she was a private with those big bright eyes. Her mind and her heart was open to learning and to doing. And I remember opening up and telling her, get you a Love Me book. These are the things you do. These are the things you need to do. If you listen and follow, I'll set you up for success. That young lady to this day, she retired recently, but she retired as a chief warrant officer. She came in as a private and she went to
Wow.
school. She did her correspondent courses. She did everything that I set her on that path to do, and to see her prosper and to grow through her military career, that's where your tree has bared its fruit and you see that and it's just rewarding.
Yep, it is. And I gotta tell you, a lot of soldiers as a matter of fact, one of my soldiers just made sergeant, and I remember him as a private way back when I was stationed in California, and I was like, oh my God, he made sergeant, and he's a 25 Bravo. So I reached out to him. I said, congratulations, and he emailed me back. He said, yes, Master Angor, I remember you was pushing me to do something I really didn't want to do. I said, well, look, it was inside of you. I just pulled it out. I just believe
Absolutely.
with helping you identify where it is you really wanted to be or wanted to do. Because he was passionate about being a 25 Bravo. He loved it. He was very smart, articulate, and he just lacked a little bit of discipline, trying to get things done. And that's where he could really appreciate me giving him that extra push. Yep.
Sometimes it takes a lot of soldiers don't see it at that time, but later on in life, they'll sit back and realize that you really did have their best interest at heart. That tough love. But it's all been worth it. Truly, truly worth it.
Yeah. Now, sis, do you believe that leadership is a part of your purpose driven life?
I want to say yes because it gives me an additional outlet to people. Uh, you mentioned domestic violence, and a survivor. And I am truly, truly a survivor because I was near death. But God had a different plan. And I really believe his plan was in some way for me to reach and to assist other people. Everyone has a story, and it's all about how you open your book and begin to read and share your story with other people. Whether you keep that book closed or whether you open it up. And sometimes opening up our books means we have to be open and vulnerable to people. Um, I think so. I really do. Yeah, I do. I
I
do.
believe I believe it. I believe leadership is a part of my purpose driven life because I think as a young child, I was trying to be a teacher and teach invisible kids. My grandmother used to tell me I used to take her lottery tickets and spread them out over the table and, tell my students, here, take this test, and do this.
Invisible students.
Yes, invisible students, people couldn't even see. But she said I used to take her lottery tickets because she had a lot of them and just spread them out and teach school. She said I was teaching school and teaching them exactly what I wanted them to do, whether it was how to read or how to jump rope or whatever. She said I had all the steps down packed and I would just take them through it, step by step on what I want them to do. And I was like, wow, I can't remember that, but thanks, Granny, for telling me that.
You
So
know, every leadership position that I have been blessed, and I'm going to say blessed to have, um, has been a gift from God because it's never been something that I set out for. It's always been something that He has placed in my way and I've been asked to do. Um, I've never wanted to be out front, but it seems like it's always where God places me. And I'm not going to run from where He places me or what He puts me on, no matter what it is or how trying it may be. I'm going to accept it because I believe if He puts it in front of me, that's where He wants me to be. And I'm just going to do the best that I can wherever He places me.
that's right. Amen to that. That's all we can do because I didn't end up here by chance. I ended up here because this is where God placed me. And let me tell you, I have been going through, I want to say a mini hell, but it's growing me. It's teaching me. I'm learning more and more each day because I had no idea that I was ever going to go back to school to get my master's degree. I didn't envision myself doing that. I didn't want to do it. But guess what? God paved the way for me to do it and gave me the time to do it.
And
So I'm
keep
sure
doing it.
He places us where He wants us to be on purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Yes.
organizations are an organized body of people with a particular purpose, especially a business, society, associations, etc. Tell us why you chose to be a part of so many organizations versus just one.
Wow. Okay, so let's go back to my very first one. Um, Order of Eastern Star. Um, Order of Eastern Star just appealed to me by the nature of what the ladies were doing. When I was in Germany, just seeing them, how they assisted the community, how they interacted with each other, and how they were there for each other. And at the time, I was a single parent with my two young babies in Germany, and I away from home. 20 years old, 20, 25 years old, away from home, no family, two small kids in elementary. So I wanted something that would give me that family feel. So I joined the Order of Eastern Star. And when I joined it, leadership positions came automatically. And as I started with OES, the other ones just came around. And it was like, people say, hey, you need to do this. Sis, you need to do this. And as I did it, I continued to grow. So I just loved it. And I stayed with it. Then when Cap Epsilon Psi came around and I found out about it, it was a good fit for me. My current husband was deployed. My children were in another state, and I hadn't connected with the OES chapter in Texas. So Key was there, and it was just right, joining up with other military women who were like-minded, who you can talk to and communicate with. It was just a good fit. Um, I've been very lucky and very blessed to join organizations that all seem to have the same common ground, giving back to the community, making women better, being there for each other, having foundations based on sisterhood and just loving on one another and uplifting. So it was easy for me to join multiple organizations, but they had to, like I said, have almost the same beliefs, the same backgrounds, the same structure. So that's what made it easy for me. And I love each and every one of them the same. Each and
Wow.
every one of them the same. They have helped me grow.
So do you have to divide your time up, or how do you do that? Because I know each organization requires membership meetings, right? So you
Yes.
never sitting still.
No, never sitting still. Medea and my grandmother, Medea, Tyler Perry said it, once. Um, and my grandmother told me a long time ago, you can rest when God puts you to rest.
That's right.
When God says your time on earth is done, that's when you can rest. I really believe when you sit still, that's when you idle away. There's so much to do. Yes, it takes a lot of time, especially when you're in various leadership positions. Um, but as long as you stay structured, um, have calendars, and you balance, you can do it. You can do it. It keeps me busy. It does, but I do. I love it. I love it. You make me think back to my kids when we were in Germany. Whenever they saw me put on a white dress, they'd be like, "Mommy, is it meeting time?" And I'd be like, "Yes." They'd go get their little school bags and pack their snacks because they know that on that weekend we were going to be in meetings all day Saturday and possibly Sunday. They knew it was a meeting Sunday. So, and now, my son kissed me bye earlier tonight because he's not going to see me. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going next weekend. Again, 3 weekends out of this month, I'm gone for organizational business. So it is very hectic, very busy, but it's rewarding. It is very rewarding.
I'm glad you said it because people always asking me, you always on the road, you always busy, you always moving and grooving. I see you, you ain't never sitting still. And I say, an idle mind is the devil's playground. So
Absolutely.
if I sit still too long, I don't know what's bound to happen. So I try to keep myself gainfully employed, gainfully, doing something positive, doing something that really matters and that I really take pride in doing or enjoying because I love taking trips with my family. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it. Every
You
time,
have to do that. You have
yes,
to do that. A lot of people, what I've noticed in this day and age, have come to be very materialistic. And that's fine for some.
yeah,
But what people need to do is make memories.
mhm,
Um, a lot of us go buy those bags, we go buy our shoes, we go buy jewelry or whatever. But guess what? Go buy a trip. Go travel somewhere and make memories because you'll have more in your mind and on your heart from making those memories than you will with a bag that's going to sit in the closet or a pair of shoes that's going to sit in the closet. Um, I wish people would make memories more. Go travel. Go do something. I don't care if you go take a walk. Go do something.
I see. I got friends that's been in Chicago, never left Chicago, never ever left the city lines, and I'm just like, what in the world?
It's
What is
more.
you know?
Yes.
You spend more money putting it into a car that you bought half priced and broke down on you instead of putting money into something more valuable that can take you where you need to go you know and I tell people, invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, nobody else will. Nobody
Absolutely.
else can invest in you like you can invest in yourself. And you got to do what you really want to do that brings you joy. And I've heard excuse after excuse, and I can go back in time and think of some of the excuses that I may have used sometime point point in my life, but I've grown from that, and now I know what I really want to do, and I do it because you only live once.
But it takes for your friends in Chicago and any of our friends, it takes individuals like you who take the time to try to educate them. I think a lot of people don't step out and take those chances um, to do what they like to do or what's inside of them to do or what they dream to do because they're afraid and or they don't know the benefits that are associated with it. I would have never known prior to 2007 the various tax breaks I would get for having my own business.
Come on now.
You
Yes.
know, I would have never known the various things that I could write off and I could do had I not tried. And I think it takes individuals like you to continue to spread the word, to continue to educate them and tell them, hey, do you know if you did this, you can get this? Did you know if you do this way, you can get it this way? So it's so many things that I think it takes education and knowledge from people who are succeeding to help the ones that aren't. That old verbiage, reach one, teach one. As you step up, put your hand back down and pull somebody else back up. It's too many people nowadays who, when they get up there, they're so afraid or scared to share what they have for fear of somebody else taking it from them. And it's too much in this world for us to share. And I think if everybody believed in that and really did that, everybody could prosper.
I believe that too. And just like my shirt say, be a lens of faith. A lens of faith. These are my new shirts. So if y'all check out my website, check out my Facebook page, be a lens of faith. That's all we talking about. Being a lens of faith. we walk by sight, we don't end up where we want to end up. We got to walk by faith and not by sight. So it took me a while to believe in that myself and to actually do it. But that was years ago. And I've been doing it ever since. Um, I can go back to about 2010 when I was mad at God for taking my children from me. And I said, there has to be a greater reason why this has happened to me. And just to think from where I was then to where I am now, I have truly been walking by faith and not by sight, especially in my businesses, because I had no idea I was going to do this platform.
Yeah,
Had
it
no
came out of nowhere. It
came out of
came out of
nowhere,
nowhere.
nowhere. Had no idea this was gonna happen. And I said, "Oh my God!" It just came to fruition. And I said, "Okay, that's because I was being obedient to what God was telling me to do, and I wanted to do it a different way. I was gonna get on here and just talk by myself." And God said, "No, I didn't tell you to do that. That radiant light, that means a lot. You're gonna shine that on other people and share everybody's gift with the world. Whoever tunes in to this station Thursday night at 8 with Lens of Faith will be blessed. They're gonna be blessed. They're gonna learn something about whoever I'm interviewing. And tonight is JaSonica Holloman. So hey, we on
Hey,
to something here. We on to something. We are on
you
to something. And I thank you to the live audience that has joined in watching us live. You are watching Walking in Your Purpose. This is Thursday night at 8 with Lens of Faith. I thank you so much. If you are catching the replay, please hashtag replay so I know that you caught the replay of this live broadcast.
so
So,
can I ask you a question?
yes, ma'am.
So, how did Lens of Faith, the live broadcast, and Lens of Faith photography, how did they both come together at the same time? Tell me that because I think your photography is just phenomenal, just awesome. So, how did they both come into play?
So I was online crossing February of 2016, crossing with Kappa Epsilon Psi Military Sorority Incorporated. And I kept telling my big sisters, I was like, I want to start my own business. And I ain't really have a business name. I didn't know what I was gonna do. And they kept asking me, well, what is it that you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? So I was like, photography. I'm always taking somebody's picture, or I'm always taking pictures of myself or whatever. And so as I was going through the line, it started coming to me, literally. It just started coming to me. And by the end, right before I was getting ready to cross to actually become key, it came to me. Lens of Faith Photography. The name. It basically came out of nowhere. Where it came to me because God placed it on my brain. I believe that. And I was like, okay, now what? And so I didn't know anything about business, nothing. I searched on Google. I talked to some veterans that I knew. I started talking to some of my line sisters. I started talking to some of the sorors. And little by little, I started building the photography business. I
Mm.
created this little old ugly business card that I hate to this day. But I look back at it like, okay, this is where I was at. And now this is where I'm at with a professional card, but you got to start somewhere. And I was like,
Right.
okay, this is what it is. And it came about. So Lens of Faith Speaks was birthed when I did a podcast. I did a podcast on the Jason Carthen show for my book, We Are Women of Substance
Mhm.
Anthology. And as I was on that podcast, he asked me, he said, "Are you a public speaker?" And I was like, "No, but I've been talking to soldiers all my life. 18 years I've been talking, yelling at soldiers, teaching seminars, doing training events, whatever. So I know how to talk to people. And so he said, public speaking is in your future. And so I didn't really, do too much with that when he said it, but I started marinating on that thing. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I prayed on it and I prayed on it. And then it came to me, a business. And I'm like, well, I already got Lens of Faith Photography, God. What's the name of this speaking business going to be? I had no idea it was going to be Lens of Faith. But he kept telling me, look at your business card. And the business card says Lens of Faith Photography. He kept taking me back to that business card. I said, so is it Lens of Faith Speaks? Lens of Faith Talks? Lens of faith, what? You know, and so it eventually, after I prayed a couple of times, it came to me. Lens of faith speaks. But like I said, I wanted to get up here and talk by myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get up on the computer. I'm gonna start a live broadcast, and it's just gonna be me. And it kept coming to me. No, that's not what I told you to do. So I was like, well, how do I interview people? You know, so I had to dive in, do my research, and it was birthed from there. And so from there, I now have launched my own speaking platform, which, you know,
Wow.
people can hire me or book me to come out and speak on the things that I'm well versed in. And, you know, I use my line name, Radiant Light. My real name is Chandra. It means the moon. What is the moon? It's the light at night. It illuminates darkness. So
Hmm.
my signature talk is illuminating darkness. So that is
Wow.
my platform. That's how it was birthed. Yep.
That is awesome. That is truly awesome. Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome,
Yep.
awesome.
It is. Yep.
Had to ask you that.
Yep. Somebody else asked me that, but I talked about it on I think another one of my shows. But yeah, and it's awesome how the journey unraveled, you know, and you know, oftentimes people be like, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. I don't know my first step. But guess what? You gotta make mistakes because I done made a lot of mistakes along the way. But that's how I learn what not to do and what to do is by
Right.
making the mistakes. Because I
You
don't know
have to
it.
let fear, you have to let fear guide you, but have when you have that fear, have enough courage to get back up. Because it's gonna be some bumps, you go get knocked down, but it's how you get up from it and keep walking on and keep moving. So that's
Mhm.
phenomenal. Truly
Yep.
phenomenal.
It sure is. And I thank God each and every day for placing it on my heart because I don't think if I wasn't here in Augusta, I would be so patient to listen to what God has been trying to tell me all this time. But because I'm here and I'm alone most of the time, you know, I'm able to hear better. And I started meditating, and that has allowed me to hear better. Yep.
Okay.
So sis, as I was researching doing this show with you, you know, I always have to put a scripture with it and figure out what God wants, you know, to say through me on this platform. So Proverbs 27:17 came to me, and it states iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. Tell the listening audience how that scripture resonates with you being a leader and doing all that you do.
I think for me, having the open heart, the mind, the humbleness, the meekness to share. As I said before, in order to sharpen something or someone, you have to remain sharp. You can never let anything in your life be dull. And it's easy for us as women, as individuals, to get consumed with negativity, hatred, uh, pettiness, any form of betrayal, whatever it can be that can dull us, dull our light, as you had talked about. Um, Being able to pass on anything positive in my life, any positive experience to the next person. If what has helped me grow helps the next person, that's sharpening them. That's making them better. But on the flip side, also letting them know, hey, this was a pitfall for me. This was a downfall for me. Don't go down this road. I'm telling you, that's a hot coal. Don't touch it. Don't get burned. So I believe if you share that, your good and your bad,
Yeah.
it'll sharpen someone else. But like I said earlier, you have to be open. Um, one of my line sisters always tells me, stop opening yourself up to other people so much. That's how you get hurt. But I believe a lot of times also God, where someone may hurt you, God brings you healing, but don't let that hurt stop you from helping somebody else. So if with anything that I've learned, good or bad, helps someone else, that's me sharpening them in their life.
That's positive. That's
Pay it
positive.
forward. Pay it forward.
Sometimes, you know, people are scared to share what they're going through, the pitfalls, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, because they don't want people to judge them. But it will actually help other people that's afraid too, you know, to go down that path. I've had a lot of people come to me. I want to be a soldier, but I'm scared. I don't want to go to war. And then I share my story, and they say, "Oh, okay, I see it." Get a different perspective on things. Or, "Oh, I started a business. I've always thought about starting a business, but it's too hard to start a business." They give you all the negatives, and then you share your story and say, "Hey, I did this, and this, and it took me some time, but I was dedicated to what I was doing." If you give anything a little bit of your time, you're gonna get a little bit result. If you give anything a lot of your time, you get a lot of results. Just like my mom says, little prayer, little power, much prayer, much power. It all works the same.
Yeah.
It all works the same. But people gotta be willing just to take that leap of faith. And that is hard for a lot of people to trust something that they cannot see. You know, People have problems trusting things that they cannot see. And it takes some time to get to where you can walk by faith and not by sight. It really does. And that's
Mhm.
trust, having faith in God or whoever it is that you believe in to get you to where you need to get to in life. And I'm a firm believer that as a leader, as a woman of God, and as a soldier, I am charged with sharpening someone else. Just like it says, iron sharpens iron. If I keep all the knowledge to myself, I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not sharpening anything.
And you're not leaving a legacy.
Exactly.
You, with, even in my positions right now, I want someone to be able to walk and step into it, if it be tomorrow, and be able to move forward and succeed without any discord, without having to figure things out in a hard manner. Leaving your legacy is leaving a well laid out plan for the next person. Um, I really, really believe that. I really believe that. That's the best thing that you can leave behind doing in anything you do, no matter where you are. For anybody that's scared to step out there and do something, I would first have to say they have to believe in themselves. Fear comes a lot with our own insecurities and not trusting and believing in our inner selves, our inner spirits, and our inner beliefs. If everyone believes in self and keeps the faith with God, there is nothing that they can't do. Nothing,
Mhm.
nothing, 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 nothing.
Yep. Believing in ourselves. And I cannot echo that enough that we need to believe in ourselves. That's absolutely true. Now, people that already know that you love your coins. Everyone should that know you, right? So tell the listening audience why multiple streams of income is so very important.
I'm gonna say this. When I retired in 2014, I was worried. Okay, do I have to go back out there and work? Um, my kids are grown. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? I wanted to be like those individuals who didn't have to stress. Everybody, when you retire, we go buy the big houses, we go buy the bad luxury cars, the Mercedes Benzes, the Range Rovers. Me, I want to travel. So in order to travel, I,
Mhm.
I can't be on somebody's clock all the time, and I got to keep my coins. So that was another reason why I wanted to do the multi-level marketing, because it's somebody else's business. I'm just working it at my leisure, at my time. I have my websites. I can work it as hard as I want to, as little as I want to, but it's still great. I love when I can look and somebody then went to the websites and bought something, and I haven't even talked to them for that day, other than to send them a thank you for your business. Let me, I love that. Multiple streams of income I think, are the best for anybody's life, because we never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. We can get on our 9 to 5. We can get sick, get hospitalized, and or have to stay at home. If you're on an hourly job, every hour you're off the job, that's money lost. So you've got to pick up that somewhere. So by having a different stream of income, if something falls over here, you have this over here to pick up. And I truly, truly love that. I really do. A lot of people talk about, JaSonica, you got too many things going on. Even my husband used to tell me, You need to just pick one thing and stick with it. No, let me have two or three things and stick with it. If these two or three things are bringing in some extra coins from every corner, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep doing it until God says, girl, set it down. I'm going to keep moving. And I love it. It's just beneficial for me. But again, my key thing is I invest in things that I like: hair, traveling, the romance business, and the weight loss. That's something that I needed to keep in shape. I know it works. And then I must say this: I never, never, never uh, get involved in businesses that I know I don't believe in. If I can't endorse it or push it or know it works for me, I'm not doing it.
That's
It's just,
big right there. Being the spokesperson for the business so that people are seeing you as the billboard of the business. You know, you're trying your products, you're using your products, you're loving your products. So you're speaking through passion about your products. So I think that's what makes people buy from you. It's being passionate and authentic about what it is that you're selling.
yeah.
I
If someone is traveling 2 to 3 times a year or 3 to 4 times a year and they don't have their own travel business, they're doing themselves an injustice. If they have friends that are traveling and they're going to Expedia.com or Travelocity or just going to the airlines or going to another traveler, they're doing themselves an injustice if they traveling 3 or 4 times a year. No, 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 no. Me, I'm gonna travel. But every time I try to travel right up under my own business. So I know whatever I pay for, part of it's gonna come back to me. So
right.
we have to invest in self and make things work for us. We have to.
That's true. So at the end of this show, I think I need to take a trip to your travel site because me and my family, we always travel.
Well,
We
I got,
always
you know what?
travel.
I got
And
you in mind for next year. If you want to join me in St. Lucia, I need a photographer to capture my 50th birthday. My 50th birthday trip is going to be a destination celebration, and we're going to St. Lucia in July. So if you don't mind working, come on to St. Lucia with me. I need a photographer to capture it all.
I work everywhere. Work everywhere I go, it seems like. Because when I'm at home, same thing. But yeah, we'll talk about that. That's perfect.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. I love that. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, you maintained a home based business since 2007. Explain to the listening audience the perks of having a home based business rather than going out to a company and working because you're in the comfort of your own home.
Well, one, since 2007, as you said, I was in the military, so I definitely couldn't go have a brick and mortar building because I was right there where you are in Augusta, and I was an instructor. And as an instructor, our platform time, then we were just plain instructors. Then they transitioned us to squad leaders. So waking the privates up, doing PT with the privates, marching them to school, then getting on the platform and getting off, marching them home. So my days were completely full. So trying to have a brick and mortar building just was not an option. So it was easier for me to have something that I could put my website out there, let my friends know, talk word of mouth, and then on the weekends go and do the business. It was easy that way. The things I liked about having didn't have to worry about building fee, the rent of a building, or trying to own a building for a place, lights or everything else. I'm right here at home. When you have a home-based business, you have an office like I'm in now. I'm in my office.
Mhm.
You give your dimensions. That's a tax write-off.
So it
I,
is.
I could write off part of my home, part of my electricity, part of my water, definitely my phone bill,
Okay.
definitely my internet connectivity because I use my website.
Yeah.
Um, you know, because a lot of the administrative things that I do are associated with the business, whatever things I buy that have to be used for the office, it's written off. There are so many tax write-offs and so many perks that you get for having a home-based business. And then especially when we are veterans, there's all types of perks out there also. So it was just easier for me to continue on. And even when I retired, I knew that, again, because I wanted to travel, and then because my husband was active duty, I knew I did not want to take the time and invest in a brick and mortar building. Not until I decide where I really want to settle down for the remainder of my years. And I know that that's really what I wanted to do. It was easier for me to do the MLMs and to do them from home, a lot easier.
Yep. I love it. I love checking my my PayPal or my website to see, oh hey, somebody clicked on there while I was asleep. And I,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes. It is wonderful when you wake up and PayPal tell you somebody sent you some money or something was paid. I'll be like, oh, okay.
uh-huh.
That's great. And then if you have those additional sources of income, they come in handy when, for me, it was just a way to keep additional funds and to help pay off bills when my kids were younger. I wanted to, as a single parent, have a way to help pay off bills, keep them in the clothes, the Nikes and all that stuff that they wanted at that year, at that time. So it was easier, and it's beneficial. It's beneficial.
Find yourself getting distracted since you got a home based business, more distractions or less distractions?
Less, because they know when I come in here and close these doors, they
That's it.
they, they know they don't bother me. They leave me alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easier because I'm able to shut off from the world.
Now, do you give yourself a schedule? Like, okay, I'm gonna be in my office from 9 to 5 or 9 to 2, or no set schedule. You just kind of be in the zone as it comes.
I I try to do a schedule. I don't stick to it. That's what I love also about having a home based business, or home based businesses, is the schedule is on me. I'm not I'm not bound to doors opening hours 9 to 5 or open on Saturday and Sunday. No, it's whenever. And having a online business, my businesses are open 24/7.
Right.
Anybody can shop from anywhere 24/7. And that's one of the great things about it also. And even though I retired, I went back. I don't know if you know, but I went back into the workforce, and I've been on my job here for a year.
Mhm.
So I want, it's hard to do a 9 to 5, do the organizations, and then do my businesses and have a set schedule. So it allows me to have flexibility and work my businesses in between the organizations and in between my day job.
Okay. Okay. So, are you thinking about really retiring soon, or what?
Maybe. Um, I turn 50 next year. I
Hmm.
said at the age of 55, I don't want to do anything else for anybody else. I want to be selfish in life and just do me. And that's when I am really, really gonna travel. Um, I say that, but I don't see myself slowing down. I like staying busy. I like going. I do.
That's me too. That's me too. So that's another thing we got in common. I'm always going, and I feel like if I'm sitting still too long, it's like, am I bored or I'm sick? You know, either I'm sick or I'm bored. If I'm in the bed too long or not moving and grooving or doing something, So people always come, you must be down today. Yes, I'm down. I'm sick. I got a flu or a fever or whatever. And I just can't do anything. God has a way of shutting us down sometimes. Like, hey, I told you,
Absolutely.
have a seat.
When he's ready for us to sit down, he sits us down.
Yes.
When we can move, he allows us to move. And as long as he allows me to move with health and speed, I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep moving.
Amen.
I'm gonna
Amen.
I'm gonna keep moving. It's too many people that are not taking advantage of the God given talents and the ability to move. They're just sitting there. I'm not gonna be one of them. I'm
Sitting
not
there.
gonna waste the life he's given me.
That's right. You only get one. We got
Yes,
to choose what we do wisely and just move and groove. But if you don't never move, you're just gonna be stuck there forever.
yeah.
So I encourage people to move. Get off your
Live
butt and move.
live life with no regrets. Live life with no regrets.
That's right. Now, sis, I had another scripture for you as I was researching this topic, and it was Ecclesiastics 11 and 2, which states, invest in seven ventures, yes, in eight. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Tell the listening audience how that scripture resonates with you.
You know what? When I read that and you mentioned it, I think back to a friend. I have a very close friend, and my friend always said, have 7 streams of income. And I said, 7? I said, why 7? And he said, you never know when the day, the hour, or the need will come along for anything. So I've always tried to strive to at least get 7. If I get those 7, I'm gonna be all right. So it was really when I said, okay, what is, and I sat back from, I said, what is she trying to tell me? Is this her way of telling me, you need to get going on some more ventures? So,
You dad, I'm right behind you.
but I will tell you, last week, last week, I started delving into something else that I think I'm gonna try to, dabble at a little bit and see how it comes out. See how it comes out.
I think I know what you're talking about. And if it's what I think you're talking about, I'm doing that too.
Yes, the young
'Cause I
lady, you know how I said earlier, people reaching back and helping others and sharing what they know. The young lady that I took her classes with her shares her experience and her knowledge with people that are willing to take the time and do it. And I know I signed up for another. She has a 4-week class, a 4-week seminar that I signed up for starting in August. And I'm going to take that and learn more about what she's sharing. And if it works out, that's going to be something else I'm going to do. And if I like it as much as I did, yeah, I think I might shut it down and just do that because it had several benefits for me. I suffer from major depression and anxiety, and having those together just keeps your whole day off balance. And when I was working with her, it just gave me peace. It was just peace. It was calm. It was quiet, and it was just time to just be creative. And I love that. So I said that's probably something I really wanna do. So I might add one more venture, one
uh-huh.
more, one more.
You I've been paying attention. And I said, you know what? Because that would help me with my book and promoting what I'm doing. And so I was like, oh my God, I can tie it all in. And when you find that niche that you can tie one thing to the other and it's just all making money, I say do it.
Yes.
Do it. And hey, I am going to find some time and see if I can do it. I am. That's what I'm
Yes.
on next. I'll work on that next. Soon as I walk across the stage.
You do. When is your graduation? Do you know?
I'm done August the 22nd, but my graduation isn't until October the 20th.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Something I said I wasn't gonna do. I hate school. All this stuff I said. And God let me do it and be very, very good at it. I had no idea. Yeah. Masters in leadership.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So, sis, we've talked about a lot MLM, being leaders, help desk, quality assurance, and cyber system security, information assurance, and system security. So, I want you to tell the listening audience how to connect with you. Where can they go to find you? Talk about your websites, your social media access, and your emails.
Wow. Um, I'm great. Do our plug right here, ma'am. Um, as you said earlier, I am a member of Kappa Epsilon Psi Military Sorority Incorporated. We are the premier military sorority, the premier, filled with nothing but elite professionals. As you see, my beautiful soror right here from Lens of Faith. Hey, um, we are there. If you are a military affiliate, active duty female soldier, veteran, retiree, you can go on that website, www.militarysorority.com. If you click on the leaders under Region 3, you'll find me right there under Region 3. That's for the sorority side. On the personal side, when she was talking about those MLMs, I have several. As she stated before, that I do on a consistent basis. I do Maven hair. If anyone knows me, they know I love to. Yeah, today I'm rocking the blonde. They know I love to do the hair. So you can visit my Maven website at jasonica.maven.com. If you have and desire to have that little spice added back in your life, whether you want to do some research for sexual health, um, find some nice romance candles, some nice additives to put spice back into the life of your romance, you could always visit pureromance.com/JT Hollow, and that'll take you right there to Pure Romance. If you are in the realm, y'all know we all like to as women stay curvy and fit, stay in shape. You can visit Fab and Fit, FABNFITT.goherbalife.com. Visit that site. You could take a personal health and wellness profile survey, and we can get you started on your journey. I'd love to work with you. Chandra, part of my story was when I first moved to Virginia. My depression had kicked in really bad. When I left Texas at 170 pounds. After being in Virginia for 5 months, I went up to 198 pounds. So depression really made me, took me to another space, and I gained over 28 pounds. And that's when I found Herbalife. So I am not just a seller of Herbalife. I am an avid believer in Herbalife. I know the products work because I was able to get back down to my 172 and feel just fab and fit, as my website says. Then for those of you who like to travel, now this is my number one. I love this business because it is who I am and what I like to do. EliteEscapesTravel.com. EliteExscapes travel.com. We do everything from traveling group destinations, group trips. You can find rental cars, hotels, Airbnbs, anything you need, you can find on Elite Escapes Travel. And you could always reach back out to the beautiful Miss Chandra Gore, and she will be able to link you up with me quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I'm trying to keep up with you here and post your links here in the comments.
I will send them to you if you like me to, ma'am.
Please. You can also just put them in the comments too.
I will do that. And thank you.
I think I got Kappa Epsilon Psi. I got Herbal Life, Fab and Fit, right?
Fabandfit.goherbalife.
I got your email address. I'm gonna put your Facebook link, and I think I'm missing one.
I'm gonna send them to you. I will definitely send them to you.
Okay. All right. So what you got coming up? You got any events or anything coming up that you want people to participate in?
Well, everything that I am doing on the horizon, especially for this month, is Key related. Key is the number one organization right now that keeps me heavily, 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 heavily busy. Heavily busy. Oh man, that purple and rose pink is something special. So this weekend, the Columbia, South Carolina chapter is having their first annual anniversary ball, or their inaugural anniversary ball down in Columbia, South Carolina. So I'll be getting on the road tomorrow, traveling down there to support those ladies in Columbia. Then when I come back next week, I'll come back. Next weekend, I'm traveling to visit the Sorors down in Clarksville, Tennessee. And then, of course, on the weekend of August 25th, we have our Elite Professional Transition ceremony in Atlanta, Georgia. So for any listeners out there, if you'd like to come and see who we are and what we're about and help welcome our newest members as they cross over into our organization, we will be in Atlanta, Georgia, August 25th at the Doubletree Atlanta Airport Hotel over on Norman Berry Drive. Our probate and celebration of new members occurs at 7 p.m. So come join us. We will have some guest entertainers there, guest DJ. We will have a guest R&B singer. Tickets for entrance are $15, and you can uh, visit and find those tickets again. If you hit me up at www.militarysorority.com, go up under leadership and look for Region 3. You will find me there, and I'll be glad to assist you in getting a ticket. Don't miss this event. When Cap Epsilon Psi comes to Atlanta, we turn the city purple and rose pink, and we're going to turn it purple and rose pink August 25th. Come join us. Come join us.
Hey sis, is there anything else that I may have missed that you want to share with the audience? I really want you to leave us three powerful words that talk about either transformational leadership or either building your own business or the other topic that we talked about, multiple streams of income.
I'm going to give you three words that have been important for me: prayer, strength, and courage. You
Prayer.
have to have prayer in your life to get through whatever adversities come about. You have to have strength to overcome any and everything that may come at you from a day to day point of view. Courage. Courage to persevere through good and through bad. Nothing in life will ever be perfect, but if you have courage to just stand and continue on, you will be successful in life because people and things are going to come and try to beat you down. But maintain that courage, that prayer, and that strength, and you'll make it through.
Those are three powerful words. And I got to tell you all, if you're listening to this broadcast, you want to have courage, you want to have strength, and you want to have prayer because prayer changes things. And I don't care what it is that you're going through. I have gone through hell and back multiple times, okay? And I'm telling you, prayer is what allowed me to reach a greater height, to come out smiling, to tell God, thank you. Thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for keeping breath in my body. We need prayer. There's not enough prayer in this world today because there's too much hatred. So we need to
Absolutely.
bring the power of prayer back to the world today so we can live a better life, so we can be humble, so we can have hearts that blossom, and spread love, not hatred. We need to spread love. Amen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
So it has been a pleasure interviewing you today. And I pray to God that someone has gained some knowledge and takes that back and share it. And I ask you all to please share this broadcast out because there's someone that needs to hear something that we talked about today. And I just want to tell you all thank you for jumping on the live line with us today. It was hard for me to do it despite all that I'm going through, but God told me to be consistent. So I am being consistent in what I'm doing, and I ask you all to please be consistent in making a difference, making a change. Teach someone something that they don't know. Let's make a difference in this world, and we have to do that by opening up our mouths, being willing to teach, train, and motivate people. I
Mhm.
do it to soldiers each and every day, but now I'm learning a different way to do things as I communicate more with the civilian life and civilian people and just people in general. So I thank God for giving me this platform. I thank you all for tuning in today. JaSonica, I want you to stay right there. If you
Thank
have
you.
any questions, now is the time to ask any questions to myself or JaSonica that you would like to have answered. You put those questions in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to entertain your questions. Or if you're catching a replay, hashtag replay, and we will get back to you. So I just want to share this before I get off the live line tonight. I want to tell you all that if you have not talked to a family member in a long period of time, I ask that you pick up your phone and you call them to check on them. My brother passed away, and the last time I actually spoke to him was at a key crossing in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was on June the 2nd. That was the last time I talked to my brother. Today is August the 2nd. So that was a month ago. My brother passed this weekend. So there was some time that lapsed. Yes, we text each other. But the last time I talked to him, touched him, and hugged him was at that key crossing. He came to see me. Every time I'm in Atlanta, my brother comes to see me at a crossing. No matter what I'm doing, we link up. We link up, we eat lunch or dinner, or he'll just stop by the hotel and say, "Hey, sis, what's going on? I love you." That means a lot. So if there's a family member that you need to reach out to, I ask you all, pick up your phone. Not even just a family member, a soror, a sister, a friend, a brother, whoever, someone you have not heard from lately. Call and see how they doing. Do a phone check. And in the sorority, we do sister checks, but do a phone check. Call somebody. If your phone ain't ringing in a few days from this person and you know that you normally talk to them and you ain't heard from them in a while, call them. You be the bigger person. I challenge each and every one of you to do that. As we depart from the show, JaSonica, you stay right there. I'm going to
Yes,
do
ma'am.
the outro. God bless you all. I don't see any questions in the comments, but we're more than happy to entertain any questions or comments that we see after the show has ended. God bless you all. Have a great night.
Thank you so much for being on the show today. I would like to thank all my followers and listeners for tuning in to today's show. You have been listening to Walking in Your Purpose, Thursday night at 8 with Lens of Faith. Connect with me now. I want to hear from you. Please like, share, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lens of Faith. God bless.